Check, check. Mic check. Check. Hello, hello, hello. All right, we are live. Hope everybody had a great day today. Looks like the Jolts job was the play of the day. So we're going to go through that. I'll go over today's price action and get a sense of what things might occur, where things might draw to in the coming days of the week as we lead up to non-farm payroll Friday. So let's go ahead and get into the charts. I was not trading at all today. I was at my job working, so no trades. I'm going to go look at the price action, how it played out during those times later today. I'm actually going to go back and watch the recording that I recorded all throughout the day and then study that so I know what price is doing and see what kind of happened. So let's take a look at today, and then I'll walk through price action today, what happened, what I would have seen, and see what we can find out for tomorrow. So first thing first, let's go over to this side. So first things first, tomorrow we have 8:15 a.m. ADP non-farm employment change here. Following that, very closely in the morning, we've got final services PMI and ISM services PMI as well at 10 o'clock. So we're going to see some silver bullet plays here, and we're going to see some lead up plays going up to those times. So the only thing that I don't like is that there's Fed speakers at 10:25 and a couple, Bauman and Goolsby. So if you're not done by 10:30, beware. I mean, there certainly could be moves afterwards, but I would be weary of that. So there are crude oil inventories too if you trade oil, CL. It's one of my favorites. I'm actually going to chart that when we're done here and take a look and see if I would rather play that instead. So yep, so that is it for the economic calendar. Let's go take a look at the charts. First and foremost, what has happened this week? So we started off this week, we went up but did not get above the previous week's high. And then we have dropped since then back through a weekly volume imbalance. If you recall, let me see if I can get back there. If you recall, we had this weekly volume imbalance here marked from a while back. So we have traded down through it so far. It's not a balanced range. What I would like to see, if we are destined to go lower, and I think we are, I would like to see us trade to below this weekly low at 14,587.25 first. I would love for us to trade below that and then come back up into that volume imbalance, treat it, maybe go into it a little bit, and then reject from there. So on the weekly side, there's still, I mean, we just now, we'll see what this other brown line is here, but there's an hourly short-term low that we just took today. So it's possible that it retraces here. Keep in mind there's a weekly fair value gap between these two candles here. So that means that price could go up or price could go down into this fair value gap. It is still a difficult case to make. We just got done with Tuesday, so it's possible that it rejects here, continues upwards, or goes down, takes out the last week's low, and then continues, or it rejects there as well. So a few different options of things that can happen, so still staying nimble. On the day, let's take a look and see what happened. So on the day, we open the week here on this candle, went up, have come back down past that new week opening gap, and are starting even lower today. So we're actually right at that line, that hourly short-term low, and we are probably trading through that, honestly. Things are pretty heavy right now, so yeah, so I think that one thing to note though is that this fair value gap has only been traded down through and closed. So I still think that we could head up to there. I don't know why. I just don't want to think that things shit the bed and are completely gone at this point in time. But let's nevertheless take a look at the charts and see what the charts are going to tell us. On the 4-hour, we can see that we started the week here. We went, balanced out that new week opening gap, failed it, and then have kind of been failing that volume imbalance and that weekly wick consequent encroachment too. So that is one thing to consider. Let's go down to the hourly. So here, this was where hourly levels were very important. So there was a daily SIBI low here, and London hit that and proceeded to create some really nice moves down. We knew that this level of liquidity was going to get taken. We knew that since the beginning of the week. We knew that on Sunday, because if you go back, I pointed that out early. So we knew that was going to get taken. It gets taken today on Tuesday. So I'm looking to see if a low forms or if the high formed on Tuesday, London. And well, technically, if the high formed on it would have been Monday, yeah, because that's the highest high this week. So I'm looking to see if it continues this downtrend or if we see a higher high up here and retracement above there up into this area here. I could certainly see that being an area of resistance there. So on the 60-minute, we pretty much just see a return. It was a return back to the buy side liquidity, or sorry, sell side liquidity here. And that did that handsomely today. Once non-farm payroll got started, it never really let up very much today. So, or not non-farm payroll, jolts today. So, where do I think things could go further from here? I think we can continue down towards this monthly and weekly premium BISI high. We've been there before. I want to see how it reacts at this point. Does it create a higher low and then we continue upwards? Or do we actually break that, become a lower low, and continue to head down towards that weekly BISI consequent encroachment, this yellow line here? So time will tell, but let's see how Asia and London behave, and then we'll see what happens in New York session. One thing I want to show you was that there is a entry that I could not show on the 1 minute. I have to go down to a 15-second. So today's entry around 9:50, about 9:57, 58. There was one entry area, and that was it, pretty much, for playing the 10 o'clock Jolts job openings. That was only seen on a 15-second chart, so you would have only seen that when you're cycling through. So highly recommend you cycle through. You don't need the 15-second chart. You're still going to find great setups without it, so don't fret. I think with the 1 minute, you can certainly still have a decent chunk of movement for you to feel confident taking that. So still would have been tough just on the 1 minute, but I think that some of the latter half of the move, that would have been easier. So I think that we're still headed downwards. If we see a really sharp spike up from this 14,587.25 and we don't head any lower, well, there's this, and this that looks like NFP could just break apart completely. So I tend to see on these really, really big high impact events, I tend to see I don't know, I just tend to see these highs, or like if there's a whole bunch of them creating what's called resistance, I would see them get obliterated. So, you know, journal it for your notes, see what you think was going to happen based on what you observed, and then see if it happens, and then continue to build that over time. Yep, so I think that's it. I do think that we go lower into this area, and what you can't see on this is this whole area is just ready for people to come into play. So be mindful of us returning back down. It'll have to get through all of these fans here. And I think that is it. I mean, kind of straightforward. Retail head and shoulders broke away, catching a lot of people there. And yeah, I mean, we are indeed in a micro discount, but in the grand scheme of things, we are still well above his well above what we need to do for this. So here, honestly, there's nothing much. I mean, we've already hit this premium BISI high a couple of times. I would like to think that we will hit it and go through it, but let's see what the market gives us on London and Asia. Yep, so I think that's it for today. We do see that it's blown through a couple of these short-term lows. So whether or not it has the energy to continue upwards, that's another question. So that being said, I think that's really it for tomorrow. Gonna watch the key events at 8:15 and at 10 o'clock to make sure I can catch some of those if possible. And then pretty much at the end, let's see what today is, Wednesday. So 5, 6, 7. Yeah, at the end of this week, I'll have many other performance accounts that I'll have to worry about now. So I actually have to start trading some of those performance accounts with the trade copier. So that is not necessary by any means. You don't have to get trade copier. You can do them one by one, but as long as your risk management is good, then you can be okay copying your trades. Okay, so with that, my eyes are super tired. It's mentally taxing to go to work and then come back and do these, but I will be back on in the morning to talk a little bit more about what transpired over the course of the London and New York areas. So tune in, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow. And hopefully everyone stayed alive today and had a great time trading. So good luck, have a good night, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you very much, as always, to my subscribers. I think we're up to like 90 something right now, and it's just insane because I started not too long ago thinking that nobody would be interested in this. So thank you very much for supporting. I greatly appreciate your help there, and hopefully I can eventually have time when I'm on break in the holidays. I'm planning on taking a few weeks off, and I will be here live trading during that time. So with that, I'm going to close up this one, keep it nice and short, and good luck tomorrow. We'll see you bright and early in the morning. Take care.